Hey guys, so today I thought I would start a new series that's basically just a very quick rundown of all of the projects I'm currently working on. I think I'm just going to call it Work in Progress. So I have my iPad balanced pretty precariously over here, so I'm going to hope for the best, but if it does move, I'll push it back and also hope for the best. So, hold on. I never get to show you guys the app that I keep track of all my word counts on, but it's Write-O-Meter. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but you know. It's on Google Play, and I don't know if it will focus. There we go. And it's just this, and it keeps track of all my fun stuff. As you can see, there are quite a lot of books actively on there. 8 days ago, according to this, I put Corpses in the Night, which is the zombie book that I started during one of the NaNoWriMos, I don't remember which one. But I put it on hold because there were a lot of characters and I didn't have a lot of drive to write it. And in my experience, I've learned that if a book isn't working for you, set it aside, because otherwise you will just, in general, hate the entire concept. At least that's the way it works for me. As you guys know, I finished the Bo Austin series, and I have already started book 1 of the new series that will continue where that one left off. I don't have a name for the new series yet, but book 1 is the Happy Face Killer. So far, I am 9,715 words into book 1 of the new series. Pitman's Legend, which is book 1 of the Jamal Pitman series. I'm currently 70,281 words into that. The goal is to finish it before the end of March, so that way I can start book 2 for April's Camp Nano. That's the goal, anyway. I wasn't expecting Jamal's book to be this long, because I wasn't expecting to be as interested in him as I am in Bo, but I'm very interested in Jamal's series, which is something that I'm impressed by and proud of at this point. I'm still working on the Manetti Horror Twins. I'm 37,096 words into that. Currently, they are 6 years old in the series, I do believe, and it will continue on until at least they join the Lucchese crime family. But we will see how long it takes to get there. I'm still working on Mammoth, which is another Bo Austin prequel. 24,834 words into that one. Pretty slow going, because Teenage Bo is the most difficult character to write, because he's incredibly odd, he's incredibly awkward, and it's not like writing the adult Bo, because adult Bo is depressed and has a family, but hides behind a mask of false happiness a lot of the times. He has good days and bad days, whatever. Little tiny Bo doesn't really have good days or bad days. He just has average days where he's incredibly awkward and odd and really out there. And that's pretty much what it's like to write him all the time. And sometimes writing the prequels is like pulling his teeth, because he's very, very hard to get anything from. Basically, that's the short version. I started editing Cut to the Kill for the second time. I edited it the first time last year at some point, I don't remember when, but I'm currently 6,000 words, 6,400 words into the second edit. I apologize if you can hear my cat. I'm not rewriting it, I'm just editing. Pretty much I've never felt that I've needed to rewrite a book that I started after I graduated high school. Pretty much everything that I wrote in high school needs a rewrite. I just am too lazy to do most of them. I'll be honest with you. That's my life. I'm too lazy to rewrite most of the books that need a rewrite. But I'm hoping to have that one self-published this year, so that way I can get 2 books out this year, Cut to the Kill, and the third and final book in the Ashley Jones trilogy, which is one of the other books I'm working on, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm still working on Macabre Red. which is book 3 in the Red series. We are currently only 17,251 words into that one. It has been very, very, very slow going. I mentioned before when I was writing it that it was an alternate universe version of the Ashley Jones characters because people were really, really mad when I ended the Paranormal Detective series, and that was to help tide people over. But when I wrote the Paranormal Detective series, I made myself hate the Ashley Jones characters, so writing the Red series with those characters' names in place was its own form of hell for me. So I finally just told my readers that I would be changing their names to what they actually are. So instead of Ashley, it's Nora. Instead of Seth, it's Aaron, so on and so forth. And since then, I've been able to write one more chapter since I changed them. And I feel much better about that chapter than I have felt about any of the other chapters I wrote before I changed the names to what they're actually supposed to be. So sometimes if names aren't working for you, change those as well, because it might just give you the push you need to keep going through the book. It seems weird, and it's an annoying process, especially if you've already written 2 complete books in the series so far. But if it helps you feel any better about the characters and the storyline, it's definitely worth it in the long run. So then, finally, we have It Starts With Goodbye, the rewrite. I'll still have to edit it many, many times after the rewrite is complete, but currently I'm 17,512 words into the rewrite. I started out really, really good, really well, where I could get 1 solid chapter, if not 2 or 3 done per day, and since then I've kind of fell off a little bit because I've been really, really tired these past couple days. I've gotten more than 5 hours of sleep, and that really messes with my brain, and it doesn't know how to function on 8 hours of sleep, and it's kind of messed with my flow of writing and editing and whatnot. But I'm slowly getting back to it. So far today, it's currently 4:53 p.m. I've only written in The Happy Face Killer and Pitman's Legend, but that has been over about 1,400 words, give or take. But that's pretty slow. At this point, I normally have at least 4,000 words in, but I'm kind of just rolling with it. I have nothing better to do with my time, so on days that are slower, it's not something that, like, drastically affects me or anything. I just hate not being able to write as much as I wish I could. So, the other thing I'm working on, that's not a book, and not counting the Pitman series research, because I'm still doing that. I'm researching Police Academy. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm researching Police Academy and taking notes because before the Beau Austin series, there is Alice and Jake's series. They're in the Beau Austin books, but I originally wrote 2 books for them, Crushed by Time and Identity and A Courtroom's Justice, but those were the Angelo Sullivan series, and I never had plans to self-publish those books. They're full of plot holes, they're not researched at all, they're ones that I wrote while I was still in high school, and although there are definitely some aspects that I like of both of those books, I knew that they were never something I wanted to self-publish, just because I didn't think they were good enough. And that still rings true. There are a lot of people that like them, and that's totally okay, because they'll always be online. It's just that there are a lot of things that don't fit with the storyline in the Beau Austin series. There are a lot of things that don't make sense at all in a logical sense, and it needs to be more researched and more focused on the actual point of the book instead of just doing whatever. So that being said, it won't be Angelo's series anymore. It will definitely be Jake and Alice's series, and it will probably start when they're in Police Academy. That's the plan. But it's really hard to research Police Academy if you want, like, actual factual information. So I'll still have to BS my way through some of it, and that's okay. But I do plan on doing as much research as I can and making it as accurate as possible, and going from there. I hope to have as much of the research as I can done before April, so that way I can also start book 1 of that series during Camp Nano. You know, in addition to all my other stuff. I'm hoping to have most of the books that I'm currently working on finished by that point, especially Manetti and Mammoth, but we'll see. Either way, that is currently all I want to talk about, because I don't want to go through all of the Pitman research, because there is a lot of that, and that's for a completely different series on this channel. But those are all the things that I'm currently working on, and this playlist will get random updates whenever I do something new, or add something new, or make any sort of monumental progress in one of the books or the research. But either way, I will keep you guys updated on everything that I am writing, editing, or rewriting, or researching. And I think that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.